These days, the magnificent buildings of Stonyhurst College are home to an independent school. But search in its hidden corners and Stonyhurst reveals the fascinating history of Lancashire's undercover Catholics.
In 1593, when the school was founded, it was illegal to have a Catholic school on English soil. And a Jesuit priest called Father Parsons went across to Calais to set up the school there.
Now, you said it was illegal to open a Catholic school. It was actually illegal to be a Catholic.
It was. They were persecuted, imprisoned, and worse. And if you were caught harbouring priests, harbouring Catholic priests, you were executed.
How were the priests able to continue to say Mass for people?
The Jesuit priests or the missionary priests would arrive from Europe, and they would have all sorts of personas as a jewel merchant or as a captain, and they carried everything with them to say Mass.
Tell us a bit about this.
This was found in a Catholic house very close to where the school is in Lancashire. And in here you could have had threads and silks and bits of ribbon and so on. So you would have a disguise, a persona. And then inside is everything you'd need to say Mass. So, for instance, we have here a chasuble, which is...
Wow, is this the one that was actually
This is the one that was actually in here.
So how old is it?
This is as early 17th century. And the lovely thing about it is, if you look at it, it's made from ladies' dresses, because you couldn't go out and buy expensive fabrics to make vestments because that was illegal. And so you'd make do and mend. And everything in here has been homemade. A priest needs an altar stone. Mm-hmm. Normally an altar stone is incorporated into the altar in a physical church, but they didn't have physical churches, so they carried the altar stone with them. And this is the stone on which the bread is consecrated. He'd need a chalice, obviously. And then there were other sort of prayer aids. This is a 17th century rosary ring. So you can slip this on and you can actually say the rosary very discreetly and quietly just by turning the beads to say the Hail Marys.
Have you got any other relics?
We look after a very large collection of relics. This is probably one of the most extraordinary. It's a little silver box, and on the back it says in Latin, Oculus Dexter. And Oculus Dexter, as you will doubtless remember from your Latin classes at school, means the right eye. And there you can see it is in fact...
This is the right eye
of Edward Aldcorn.
What happened to him?
He was hanged, drawn and quartered at Worcester on the 7th of April in 1606.
So were Catholic priests hidden in this house?
Yes, in the 17th century.
Where?
There were various hiding holes constructed in the house. In fact, there's one just up there.
Can I see it?
Should we go?
Yeah. So this is the room where the priest's hole would have been?
That's right, yes.
Okay, so
yes.
Where would it have been?
Right here, hidden in a window seat. This is a Victorian addition. The original window seat would have been a lot harder to puzzle out.
And they would climb in through here?
Through here, and then just sit and wait it out. Often a raid would last for up to a week. The priest hunters would know that there was a priest in the house somewhere, and if they couldn't find the hiding hole easily, they would just sit and camp and wait until the man was starved out.
Why do people think it was worth it to go to such trouble, Jan?
Because to be a priest, your whole vocation in life is to bring God into people's lives and to give glory to God through praise, through liturgy, through celebrating the sacraments. And that means everything to you as a priest.
it'll be a really nice evening, really.
Catholic priests hiding undercover in Lancashire during the Reformation would have been surprised to find that nowadays people of different faiths are living side by side in the county. One group of women in Burnley are determined to show that people from different religious backgrounds can be friends, and they've invited me to join their choir. The choir is part of an interfaith initiative called Building Bridges and was set up after a rather unusual pilgrimage to the Holy Land.
There were 22 women, 11 Christian and 11 Muslim. We went to all of the main holy sites together, including the Jewish sites, because we felt it was really important that we got an understanding of all the three Abrahamic faiths, not just two of them. As a result of that, we've met some Palestinian women, Arabs and Christians, who have been affected by the wall. And they shared with us a particular song. We started an interfaith choir here, and the song that they sang, We Are Sailing by Rod Stewart, is the song that is our signature tune over here, really.
Sometimes, at some moments, it was really hard to believe that I was actually there, and to know that it's such a holy place, and the fact that previous prophets had walked where I was walking.
We were stood on the waters of the Galilee where Jesus had walked, and it just sort of looking out at the water, and it was all misty and mysterious. You know, we had a wow moment, I suppose.
I think the thing that came out of the pilgrimage, for me particularly, was about the thing that unites us is greater than the things that divide us. It's challenged me to see other people as God sees them and not to make judgments.
Building bridges between people of different faiths and different races is never easy, as our next performer knows all too well. Carleen Anderson grew up when the civil rights movement of 1960s America was still active, and she began her career aged 3, singing solos in her grandfather's church.
Every now and then, time and time again, living's going to charge you some giving. The cost of pain and trials, me and mine and yours, 'cause everybody's hurting for something in their lives. That's why I'm so glad I have peace in my heart, joy in my soul, my salvation is free. So peace in my heart, joy in my soul, my salvation is free. Oh, when the storm comes and the wind blows me down on my knees, I get to pray for some saving grace and mercy, and I can stand up and face even the devil if I have to. For there is peace in my soul, no evil controls my salvation is free. My salvation is free, and there is peace in my heart, joy in my soul, my salvation is free. There's so